Hi, I'm Sonnet with Sonnet's Garden Blooms, and I want to welcome you all to my channel. Today we're going to do a thrifted treasure video. Basically, I'm taking items that I've recently thrifted and we're going to add a pop of red to all of them. In my booth, I'm trying to do a massive flip and I'm wanting to add pops of red throughout the whole booth. So what I did is I took my new DIY paint, Carnival Red, and I am adding bits of pops of color throughout all of my flips. So I hope you enjoy. And if you haven't been to my channel before, I'm all about DIY, furniture flipping, thrift hauls, thrift flips, a day in the life of a small business owner. If that is the type of channel that you do like, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, turn on your notifications so that when you do, or when I do release a video every Monday and Friday, you'll be notified. And in the comments section, tell me what your thoughts are on DIY paint. What's your favorite color? Have you tried it? I'd love to hear from you all, and I hope you enjoy the video. Today, we are going to try to incorporate red into my booth. So I'm going to try to add red accents throughout just to give it that holiday spirit. And I'm going to be using, I was trying to figure out which one I wanted to use, and I think I've settled on Carnival Red from DIY. I love it. There are two different reds. There's Marquee and Carnival. And I went thrifting and I found this fabric, which kind of inspired me. So we're going to make a set of pillows for some chairs that I will be adding. And then I'm going to be doing some red accents. And I just think that, well, both of them look good. But I'm going to be using the Carnival Red to add some accents today. So to start with these red accents, what I am going to do is, if you remember a while ago, I thrifted this and I have been holding on to it, trying to decide if I want to keep it for myself or if I want to part with it. Well, I've decided, even though I absolutely love it, I just love the handles. I don't know. There's something about this that I just absolutely adored. So if I was going to keep it myself, I was going to add something to it as well. I decided to use, I had several of these that I was testing out. I have decided to order all the transfers because I absolutely love them. So I do have an order in for these now to add that to my website. I have the stamps on there. The ones that I could get are out on my website. I also have the inks out there. I have all my DIY paints out there. I've been working diligently, trying to keep up with everything and adding products each night. So as soon as I get all the transfers, I will be adding those to my website as well. But this one is called Wander. And since I've been playing around with it, I have learned a lot about transfers. Initially, in one of my first videos, I'm sure looking back, I'm like, oh my gosh, I cannot even believe I did that. I just took the whole transfer and I just plopped it down and I put it down. Now I'm like, okay, I can cut around. I just thought cutting around would ruin some of the images, but really it doesn't. So what I did is I just took a piece from in here and I just cut out a leaf. So how I'm going to kind of place it on here, just so you know, is I'm going to somehow have this incorporated. Maybe I'll even do it like, I don't know. We'll have to lay it out there. But at first I'm going to put the flower on. I want the flower somehow like this on there. And then once I get that on, then I think I'm going to try to wrap this around. So it kind of wraps around. And then somehow incorporate that leaf as well. So, and maybe what I'll do, I might even cut this leaf off right now and just add it back in once I get this down. So that way I can get the whole flower on too. So like that. All right, I'm gonna grab what I need and we'll go ahead and get transferring. All right, so I have everything I need. I have the stick to do the transfer. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just peel off the back of the transfer. and line it up like so. And I'm just going to start over here and rub it on.
I'm driving down an empty freeway, no waiting for the light to change. I'm seeing the sunrise behind me.
I am loving how this turned out. I think it just adds so much. What I do plan on doing is I am just going to spray a little bit of a clear coat just over this, just to try to give it a little bit of a seal. And I think this will be a great added item to my booth. The next item I did pick up, and I forgot to include it in my haul video. I actually had a whole another bag of stuff, and I forgot to include it. So this is a cute little shelf. I actually like the white for the holidays. I like this little rust on here, so I'm not going to do a lot with it other than I am obsessed with cardinals. I just love cardinals. I think I just heard a story, you know, like when a cardinal shows up after, you know, someone passes away, it's a sign that they're, you know, looking over you. And after my grandma had passed away, I kept seeing, you know, cardinals, and it just makes me think of her. So I am going to take this bird and we are going to just paint it red just to give it that pop of red. And we're going to do it with the cardinal. Oh, I keep calling it Cardinal Red. It's Carnival Red. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And really the paint doesn't take a lot of paint for coverage. This paint has a ton of pigment in it. So there is not a need for a ton of it. All right, so it would have helped if I had a paintbrush. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint just the little bird, like I said. And I am going to, when you use this paint, it will dry much lighter than what it goes on. And once you paint it on and it dries, you're going to want to seal it. If you do not seal the paint, it will reactivate, and with any type of water or like any liquids. So that's the one recommendation, is that you do just seal it once it dries. So let me finish this up. All right, I'm gonna let this dry, and then I'm actually gonna distress it a little bit once it dries, just to bring out a little bit of that white yet. So here I am going to wet distress the bird. I have a damp piece of paper towel, and I find that this is the easiest way to distress an item. There's no mess from using sandpaper and the dust from the distressing. It just, all you do is slightly rub over the areas that you want distressed, and it will go ahead and pull the white through. Now the bird did have a little bit of that rusty look on it as well, and so I even distressed those areas a little bit more to allow that rust look to come through as well. I just loved the pop of color and how neat this looked at the very end. Since we are painting, if you remember, I did get this basket from, here, let me raise this up a hair. All right, the basket is so big. But I did get this basket. It did say a name on it. And like I told you all, I was going to paint the edges. So what I want to do, I'm going to put a painting around here, I think. I'm going to paint it that red. And then I am going to put like some type of something right on the front. So let's get started. We're going to use the Carnival Red on here as well. So let me go ahead, and we'll also see what type of coverage it gives with that marker. So it'll be a good test to see. I've worked with the paint, but I'm testing all different applications of this as well. So we will see how that goes. I did pick this basket up. I think it was like $5 or $6. So it wasn't a lot. And I think just adding something to these old bushel baskets just makes it look just so fun and kind of like a pop of color for the holidays. You can put greens in here, or like a pillows, blankets, and I love these old rusty handles. So there's just so much you can do with it. I am gonna now put a clear coat on top of this. DIY offers a clear coat called Big Top, and that will be available in my booths and on my website. But yeah, so basically any type of clear coat, but the Big Top is what DIY offers. So I'm coating this, or I'm clear coating it with the DIY paint. If you do not seal it, it can be reactivated. So that is something that you want to do, is seal it. And then when you saw, it does look lighter when it dries. And then when you seal it, it darkens right back up to the color. So I love it. I think it looks great. So I'm just gonna finish doing this, and then we'll go to the next step. So I took a piece of drop cloth and I just kind of cut it to size, and I am going to use that as my little piece of something to put on here. I am going to take hot glue and I'm going to glue around the edges. Prior to that though, I am going to take the farmhand letters and I'm going to lay them out like this. We're going to just have it say joy. I liked it. And then I'm going to grab a mat and we're going to pick it up and we're going to stamp it. So I have the mat and I'm going to just put it, grab it, and then we're going to take the red ink from IOD nice and gonna centerize it, put it down, and we're gonna just rub firmly over. And there. And now we are going to attach this to here. And then once I glue it, I want to put it in the center here. Once I glue it down, then I'm going to go back and I want to fray these edges a bit. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this down, and then I'll show you the finished product. The fabric that I had thrifted, I cut into two chunks, and I'm going to sew these together, and these will then be my pillow cases. I do pick up pillow forms. I pick them up at the local craft stores. So what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and put the pillow form then in the pillowcase, and then sew the edge once I get it all sewn up. Pretty quick, easy way to add a bit of color to any room or display. And I love this vintage fabric. I just think it looks so cool, especially for the holidays. So I will get these sewn up. During my last haul, I did end up getting these 3 metal containers. I am going to be painting these with my DIY paint, Carnival Red, and the coverage is amazing. So I will only need to do 1 coat on these. But I did end up getting these 3 containers for only 99 cents for all 3. So I thought that was an amazing deal. And at first I was just going to paint them and plant them up and set them about. But then what I decided to do, I did have this sign that I started making like a year or 2 years ago, and it's been in my stash of wood. I decided to create a merry and bright sign. So I'm going to show you how I do this. But first, what we're going to do is paint all 3 of these containers, and we're going to let them dry, and then we're going to wet distress them. To finish off the little containers that I painted, I'm going to distress 2 of them, and then I'm going to do something eventually with them. With this one, I'm going to wet distress it like I did earlier with the other item, the little birdie. But basically, I'm going to wet distress this, and then I'm going to attach it to this. And I am going to I went on my Cricut. I just found this Merry and Bright. I made it. So I put Merry and Bright. I think I made it a little bit bigger than what I probably wanted it to, but that's okay. I'm going to put Merry and Bright here, and then I'm going to put this down here. I thought about putting like maybe Merry and then Bright on the bottom, and then putting this in the middle. So we'll see what I decide to do. Maybe just get rid of that and just Merry Bright or something like that, and then have maybe this in the middle. But I will show you what I decide to do in the end. So, but like I said, we're just gonna wet distress this. It's real easy. You just wipe it over, and I just want some of that texture to come out on here. So what I decided to do is put Merry. I'm going to put the and sign. We're going to put this, and we're going to put Bright down below. We're going to kind of incorporate this little tin in it. So I cut them apart, and now I'm just taking, I normally have a little scraper, but I'm using the end of my scissors here. And we're just going to go over the vinyl. This is just the vinyl lettering. And kind of made sure that I had it pretty straight. All right, so there's Merry. And that looks good. And then we're gonna do the and here. We're gonna kind of just put it right in the middle. And then we're doing the bright on the bottom here. So kind of had it laid out. Okay, and then we're gonna hang this right on here, centerize it a bit, and then hang it on, and we're gonna put some pretty, there, maybe you guys can see it all. And then what I'm gonna do is just put some greenery in there as well, and we'll go from there. I found the foam, so I'm just going to chop a chunk and kind of cut off just, it looks like maybe the corners here. A little bit more on the corners. Push it on in. Like so, and I always like to use the extras just to get some down in there too, just in case. All right, now last year, all right, where did I set it? Okay, I found this, and I decided I'm going to use a couple sprigs of these. I'm going to cut them off. I got this at the Walmart. It was $5 last year. I'm just going to use a couple of them. I'm not going to use a lot of them, so. But I thought, what a cute little piece. And okay, and then let's get one with, there's this little star on here. I thought was so darn cute too. Get that in there. And then I want to put just a little bit more red, I think, too. There's something in front. Maybe the pine cone with this greenery. Fill up the hole in the front. There. There. So now I have enough to probably do another full one as well. But then this can hang directly on my Merry and Bright sign. And I think it will be super cute on there. Oh, I'm not showing you guys. Here, maybe like this. Maybe you guys can see it like this. I cannot wait till I finish my studio so I can do the demos a bit different. Like I can have different angles. But I'm gonna hang this on here and then I'm gonna get everything set up and show you what I accomplished.
I'm driving down an empty freeway. No waiting for the light to change. I'm seeing the sunrise behind me.
What was your favorite item? Honestly, you guys, I love this. I am now very torn. I don't know if I'm gonna keep it for myself or if it will end up in a booth. You'll have to check one of the next few videos, which is going to be my booth flip over at the Goat. And if it's in there, I want you guys all to comment if you find it. I'm so torn. But anyways, I hope you all enjoyed the video. Like I said, in the comments, let me know what your favorite color DIY paint is and what your thoughts are. What was your favorite thing I flipped today? And I want you guys to all have a great weekend. I will be up in Door County on Saturday running the Fall 50. So we go all the way to the point of Door County. And it's a relay, so I don't have to run all 50 miles, but we go all the way down to Sturgeon Bay, and that's where we end up running 50 miles through beautiful scenery up there. So I'll have to let you guys know Monday how I'm feeling and how my legs feel. So I have 10 miles to run. But again, I hope you guys all enjoy your weekend and thank you so much for watching. Bye.